All right.
This red shirt.
Yeah.
I was at a meeting today. It's my company.
Oh yeah, that's
So
good.
It's just red, unfortunately. It's not.
Yeah, no, you look like Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah. That's Sunday. He's pulling it.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's review everything real quick. So you're going to go to the range. You're going to flip your club upside down, and you're going to do some one-handed snaps.
Right.
And the reason why you've got the club in the middle is because, like we talked about, this door jamb, the center of your body is the door jamb, and as you open and close your swing, we have to establish that the door jamb is the middle of your body, like right through your sternum, down through your belt buckle. If I built a door with a door hinge that moved left and right, I could never close the door in exactly the same way.
Right.
The fact that the hinge is there allows the door to close exactly the same way every time, and it allows me to go over there, pull it back, and slam it shut because it operates around a fixed point. The reason why you need a fixed point in your swing is for consistency. But what we're working on is finding a fixed point, but leveraging our human body, not just the weight of the club. So as we talked, you have a 10-pound right arm, a 10-pound left arm, and a 1-pound club. You got to fling all 21 pounds around yourself, not just the 1-pound club. So do your setup and flip the club over. We're going to go backhanded with the right hand, and then we're going to listen for that sound. That was better. Right? So as you flung it, we created the sound, started over here, and then you made it all the way through. Now, the big takeaway from today is we're flinging the whole arm as it's attached to your shoulders and your core and everything else. Let's do the left hand now. So you're not just whipping the stick, you're whipping your entire arm. All right, so that was a little bit more stick. Whip the arm. Yeah, that was better. Go back and stop. Right? Now, over here, let's get the arm to extend because the 10 pounds of arm is what we're flinging. That was better. Yeah. Yeah. So let's take the club away. Now, don't throw your arm too hard because you'll like throw it out of the socket. But as you go back, you have a 10-pound arm. All right? So that was a late throw.
What was it?
Yep, throw it over there. Yep, so make it looser.
Yeah, stiff.
Yep, pull it back, and then there you go. So as the 10 pounds comes flying out, now you're learning the timing of that. We talked about the sitting on the swing, right? So here, video me, and I'll demonstrate. So go right here. Yeah, hold it like this. No, you're good, like that.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Yep, right, so we talked about sitting on the swing. So if I went back on the swing, and I get to the very top of the swing, I'm on my way back and I kick my legs, but that's not going to do anything for me. So I have to kind of wait as I'm coming down on the swing. I have to be able to kick it at the right point.
Right.
So basically in every...
And of course that happens with practice. You can't,
No, yeah, and you'll know on a swing if you kick at the wrong time because you don't get any of that momentum. That momentum is angular momentum in the knee. So you have a stiff leg, you create an angle. You kick the angle, that's now angular momentum. When you take a club and you bend your elbows and you bend your wrists, these are two angles that create more momentum.
Oh, really?
Right? If I have a stiff arm,
right,
and I go back here, and I fling my shoulders, then all I have is the momentum from here. If I have an angle to the elbow and an angle to the wrist, as that wrist straightens, that's like my knee and my hip on the swing set. As I kick, I create that timing. On a swing, I have just my leg, right? If I attached a heavy boot, say, a big heavy like ski boot, and I cocked my knee back and I have a heavy ski boot and I'm sitting on the swing set and I kick the ski boot out, I just kicked more weight. The attachment to the arms is the club. So if I pull the club back here, I've got an attachment, 10 pounds left arm, 10 pounds right arm, and a 2-pound or 1-pound club. As I fling my 20 pounds of arms, with the attachment to it, that angular acceleration, that creates the speed. But what you learned today was it doesn't stop at the ball. It goes all the way through. So you'll see some funny videos on Instagram and everywhere else of little, tiny little kids.
Yes.
And they make a swing, and then they come flying around
Yeah,
and smack themselves on the ground.
Right.
Because they were capable of swinging the tool beyond their own physical weight.
Okay.
So the flinging of the tool whips them all the way around.
Right.
You kind of want to feel that.
Okay, I understand.
So we clamp ourselves down and we stop the follow through, and that's what kills our club head speed. If you make this big swing and you fling your 20 pounds of arms and club and you fling it all the way around, all you're doing on the follow through side is allowing your arms to go instead of stiffly kind of holding that. You'll get wrist issues and elbow issues and shoulder issues because the momentum comes flying around and you stop it. If you actually just relax, just let it go, you'll be just fine. I think of like if I was chopping wood and on the way down I tried to catch the axe.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to damage myself.
Okay.
Because I'm slowing that down. If I just let it go, it's going to blast a cut right into that piece of wood. So as you swing now, we're taking this concept of snapping the stick, right? We're snapping the stick, but we're not just snapping the stick, we're snapping 20 pounds plus the stick. So as you snap it through there, there's an awareness like sitting on the swing set that you're using your physical appendages, your arms, to create that big circle. So step 1, put a stick on the ground. Step 2, snap right hand. Step 3, snap left hand, right? Then step 4, 2 hands, so gripping it at that end, right? Because now you have a lightweight club. You can feel the 20 pounds of arms.
Yes, you can.
Because this is super light. So go ahead and swing it around. Now fling your arms. There you go. Fling your arms. Perfect. Yep. Okay. So there's a little bit of momentum in the stick. Not much. Now flip it over. Now as you fling the 20 pounds, make sure it's 22 pounds. So go ahead and fling it all the way around. There you go. And then let that club come all the way around and relax your arms on the follow through so that that club comes all the way and kind of rests on your back or your neck. Yeah, there you go. Good. Now, just like the timing of the swing set, if I pull my legs up and I'm coming down the swing set, I have to figure out when do I kick my legs?
Yeah.
Right? The process of kicking starts before I get to the bottom. Every swing set at every park in the entire world has a divot, right? Because every kid, especially tall kids, create bigger divots than short kids because you scuff your feet on the dirt. A divot on a swing set would start equidistant, basically, from that side to that side. And that's because some kids swing this way, some kids swing this way, but they're hitting the ground the same place. Just like a golf swing, if you're swinging in this direction, your divot will basically start at the base and extend to the other side, just like a golf swing. So the reason why I'm talking about the swing set so much is because on a swing set, it's clear you have to kick your legs at the right time to use the angular momentum. So swing back and stop. Your arms, bend them a little. This is your knee. As you kick the swing, boom. Then the momentum will carry you all the way through.
So you just don't mind the arm bending at all?
Not at all. Not at all. That's the first time today that you bent your arm a lot.
Yes.
Maybe too much. Tiny bit too much. However, just like the picture I showed you of Victor Hovland.
Yeah, for a pro, that's really bad.
Right? There's so many players that have a bent left arm because they're leveraging the straightening of that arm.
Okay.
So as you do that now, swing all the way back, there you go, boom. So you're creating that momentum through there. The other part of the story is, as you create momentum, have an awareness that there's a center of the axis point. Right. Because as you swing your arms through, if you slide over to the right, your divot is going to be inconsistent from day to day. So as you fling your arms, make sure that your weight, your body weight, basically your head position stays right over that stick. We don't want to be in too much of a hurry to shift that way. As you fling your arms, continue the fling, right? So we noticed when we worked on this that when you got half the fling correct, the ball was kind of drifting out to the left. When we got the completion of the fling, you got the draw. So let's hit a couple. Flinging all the way around, utilizing the left arm or the bending of the arms. Right? When you fling 20 pounds, your balance is going to be a little bit compromised. The important part, don't slow down. Don't guide it. Just fling it. Just keep flinging it. You have to have the courage to fling it. Yeah, there it is. Right? Pretty, yeah, so, so a little lazy, which means for you didn't finish the fling. You flung halfway, you didn't finish it all the way. So do a practice swing. Try to fling it all the way through. Yeah, there you go. And as you fling it, make sure that you're not sliding over. So we don't want to shift our weight a bunch to the right and fling it. Okay. We want to keep our head behind the ball and fling it all the way. Yeah, there you go. That was your best one. Yeah, much better. So it's a completion of the fling. There you go. Yeah, and let it go. Big swing. Yeah, big turn, big arm fling. Yeah, there you go. Right, miss hit slightly, but that's more the timing of that at the bottom, right? You just keep doing it. Yeah, don't slow down the fling. Keep the fling going. That was so good. Yep. And what happens is, like we talked, the golf ball only gets a millisecond of time with the club face. It's boom. Whether you guide it or fling it full speed, you still only get a millisecond. I would say, why bother guiding it? Because you can guide it and miss-hit it just as badly as fully releasing it. If you're going to be crooked, you might as well be far and crooked, because then you'll have a shorter second shot or third shot. If you guide it, you're not only going to be crooked, you're going to lose distance. You might as well keep it going. And it's actually much healthier on the body to let this momentum be managed all the way. Don't stop it. Let it go all the way through. Yeah, there you go. Good swing. Yeah.
So that didn't really feel any different deals, but something in there was timed just right.
Timed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's the timing of it. Yeah. And that's why we're spending so much time talking about this concept, because it's not just timing of the face, right? You're not just timing the impact.
Right.
You're timing every body part in motion. It's like a synchronized dance. I described like an ice skater spinning and tucking the arms in. Well, that's great. What happens? The skater goes. What happens if the skater only put one arm out to slow themselves down? They're going to get the speed wobbles and collapse. So the skater, as they go around, they have to put both arms out at the same time so that they gradually slow down their spin. So it's symmetrical that way. When you start spinning and you start flinging your arms around and exiting on that side, it's symmetrical if you stay in the middle. If you slide forward, now you have an imbalance. The second you have an imbalance, your body subconsciously is going to slow down to try to stop you from being out of balance. So when you're thinking about creating this powerful, powerful utilization of every muscle in your body, it has to be symmetrical and centered, because your body will override it and slow you down if you feel imbalance, right? So let's hit a couple more. And as you're making those big swings, stay centered with your head kind of what'll feel slightly behind the ball. You won't be sliding forward, you'll be hanging back a little bit. Yeah, big, heavy arm swing. How'd that one? I didn't see it. How'd it feel?
I drop kicked it.
Yeah, and that's probably why it might have gone right, because you just hit the mat a little bit. Yeah, big swing. Let your head go, let your shoulders go, big turns. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Sometimes drop kicking, let me catch you. Sometimes the drop kick is like the swing. You're coming down the swing and you're like, oh, when do I kick? When do I kick? When do I kick? Oh no, oh crap. Oops, I stubbed my toe. So what I want you to do, just like you would on a swing, is as you're sensing the movement, there's a gradual kick. So as you're coming down through the downswing, push the arms out. Don't wait till the end, the last second to push out. Push out a little sooner and more gradually. A big turn, a little more gradual, earlier push. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So now you see the difference. Timing isn't like time. It's like there's a buildup of energy, and the buildup starts at the big wind up and it gradually comes all the way through. Because the swing is not about just the moment of impact, it's about the entire range of motion. So as you take this to the course, it's really important. What I want you to do is pretend you're on the course and you're gonna take a practice swing. When you practice swing, I want the big muscles moving all the way back and forward. Head, shoulder, hips, everything in the practice swing. And then as you accelerate your arms, I want you to release your arms on that circle. So do a practice swing, like a full swing. Yeah, with the club. Full swing. There you go. Big swing. Send it out over here. Yeah. Feel the heaviness of your arms.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Yep. Now, that was your second swing. Now, center yourself. So feel the heaviness, but don't slide around. Right? That was more centered, right?
Yes.
So do one more full speed. There you go. Right, so now you can feel that momentum. So as you hit this shot, now you're on the third hole. You've got a hybrid in your hand. You've got to knock it on the green. You prepared yourself for the shot well. When it comes to hitting the ball, you're just trying to replicate the practice swings of what you just felt. So as you hit this ball, don't overthink the mechanics. Just try to replicate the feeling of that nice big swing and the timing that you worked on. Yeah. Good. A little draw, yep.
Then drop kick.
Yeah, and that's what happens sometimes on the mat. You drop kick it and the face will close. Usually happens. On the grass, that one actually probably would have been pretty straight. Yeah. If you don't have the same resistance on the grass. Yeah, big turn. Don't be in a hurry. Just big motion, big arm swing. Yeah, that was it. I didn't even have to see that one. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Really well struck.
Yeah.
Effortless. Right? And
like it shouldn't go that far.
Yeah, right. So in the definition of effortless, we may read a line that says like many hands make light work. Mm-hmm. Effortless swings, every body part working in symmetry and in synchronization makes light work. Mm-hmm. When you're only doing one body part, we had to break it down in the beginning. Okay. Snap your hands. Because for a long time you were taught, don't use your hands. Well, then I had to show you, okay, use your hands. Then it was, okay, it's okay to bend your elbow. Let's use your elbow. Now what we're saying is it's okay to turn everything really big and use everything, but use it all coordinated together so that you have much more efficiency. So as you've been working on this and practicing, that's why you've had days where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm crushing it. And then other days where you're like, oh no, I'm topping it and I'm hitting it badly. what you're seeing now is the difference between an amazing shot and a poor shot is just simply the energy, the timing of that energy. And like we're learning here, it's not about just timing the bottom. It's about timing the whole thing, right? So do 3 swings, practice swings, and don't stop. So go all the way big, all the way down. There you go. Now center yourself better. Big arms, big shoulders, a little more centered. Yep, do one big, fast one. Big swing, centered. Oh, that was it. Okay, now don't overthink it. Just try to replicate with the ball. Let the ball get in the way of that feeling. So what'd you feel?
Don't know, but I felt the heel of the toe hit the ball.
Yeah. So what?
It's like it was close.
Yeah, so you mishit down there.
Right.
When I say what did you feel, you're gonna reflect on what you felt in your body.
I wasn't coordinated.
There you go.
A lot of things I was sick.
Out of balance.
Yeah.
So what you felt. So there's the cause and the symptom. You're sick, you have a runny nose, right? What you feel, what we feel is, oh, I have a runny nose. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, I have a stomach ache.
Okay.
But that's the symptom, not the cause.
Mm-hmm.
What you felt was imbalance.
Right.
What was the cause of the imbalance? You didn't time the energy release at the proper time. So you rushed the last second. So you went all the way up and then you didn't throw the club early enough with your arms and you tried to pop it late. And then you're like, oh no, I got the speed wobbles.
Okay.
So do your practice swings again. Let the weight build up over the entire swing. Yeah, there you go. Yep, stay centered and swing the arms earlier. That's late still. Yep, big swing. Better, even earlier. Fling those arms out. That was it. Do that again. That was it. That was it. Now try it with the ball. Same timing. Don't rush it. Just let that timing happen. Much better. Much better. Right? So the face was a little open, but the energy was on track. Mm-hmm. Once the energy is on track, we can make it go straight by going a little earlier or having the face a little open or closed. But where you run into trouble is when you're out of balance, you throw the energy at the wrong time, and then at the last second, you're trying to catch it up with the face. Mm-hmm. So we want the whole picture of the swing, not just impact.
Okay.
Makes
now
sense.
I can understand why I'm so inconsistent right now with it, because what the old firing pattern, as you say,
Yep.
keeps wanting to do it.
Yeah, and that's where the repetition of the practice swings is key right now, because you have to rewrite the code. Mm-hmm. If you step up, you're playing with friends or people you've never met before, and you're like, oh, hey, blah, 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 what do you do? What do you do? And then you're over the ball, and before you know it, you're trying to hit it. Mm-hmm. But what's going to happen is you're going to only recall the old pattern because you're too busy having conversations about life, and which is part of golf. Right. But what you need to do is build in a stopgap between social conversation and ball hitting, which is those 3 practice swings. The first practice swing is you just remembering, why am I even here today, right? Okay. Then you're like, oh yeah, I'm playing golf. The second swing is, let's do something better than the first swing. Mm-hmm. The third swing is actually a pure, proper swing, as if you're trying to hit the ball. Mm-hmm. The fourth swing is the real swing. That's just you letting the ball get in the way. Now, eventually, you'll just go to 2 practice swings and the real one. The first practice swing is just a wake-up call. Right. The second practice swing is a refinement. And the third one is you hitting the ball. Yeah. Okay. Well, then eventually you won't need the wake-up call. Right. You'll just do 1 swing just to kind of get your body loose, and then you'll hit. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you might just be feeling so good that you don't need to practice swings. Mm-hmm. But right now you're trying to rewrite the code. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, when you get on, especially when you go play, give yourself 3 practice swings. 1, just, oh, why am I even here? Now I have to stop talking about what I had lunch or the best restaurant I've ever been to, right? Because that's where your brain is. The second one is, okay, let's do the swing better. Third one is, let's do a real rehearsal, proper speed, everything. Then hit the ball. And the fourth one is you just trying to replicate. So let's do that. Let's do 1 swing. We just talked, right? You're like, oh, Craig likes pizza. I need to think of a good pizza restaurant for him. And you're like, nope, now I'm into my swing, right? That was a little bit more centered. Now a full regular practice swing. Yep, was that full speed?
I think so.
No, I didn't look full speed. Try one more.
That's fast.
One more. Full speed. That was full speed. Now let's,
Fast.
yep.
That feels like 100 miles an hour.
Now let's get the ball in the way of that. Trust it. Just trust it. Good.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Now.
I didn't full speed it.
No.
I was controlling it. I was back to
Yeah.
the firing pad.
Yeah.
Shoulders inside. I was
Well, so and the reason for that is because you let too much time go by between the full swing rehearsal and the real one.
Oh, did I?
Yep. So do it again. We can skip the first two. Full speed rehearsal. Full speed. That's half speed. Big swing. Let it go. Big swings. There you go. Now hit this one. Don't waste too much time. Okay. So what happens when you work through this process is when the ball is there and you're not alone. 98% of people that I've ever worked with, maybe 100, as soon as the ball is there, we try harder.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of the routine. Don't try harder, try the same. So when you do a full swing rehearsal, just try the same. Try exactly the same. Yep. And then let it go the same. Don't try any extra, try the same. Closer. Closer. Yeah, well, what I sensed was that you didn't try harder. You tried the same.
I tried the same.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yep. So do a practice.
It feels like this is where my toe is really hit.
No.
No. I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah. If you were like that, you'd hit that wall over there.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Let it go. Big swings. Yep. So that's where the rehearsing comes in, the practice at the range comes in, the warm-up that we did at the very beginning where we straddled the stick, we swished. So when you look at the difference between the amateur golfer and the professional, just today, or actually Monday, they interviewed Brooks Koepka and Rory McIlroy and everybody at the PGA Championship, and the two big words that popped out was discipline and patience. What are you going to have this week to win a major on a really challenging golf course at Oak Hill? I'm going to need patience and I'm going to need discipline. And the discipline part is what the professionals have. The amateurs don't have discipline. So the amateurs show up to the golf course and they expect to just go straight from the parking lot to the first tee and have a good game of golf. The professionals get there an hour and a half before. They stretch, they loosen up, they do these drills, they get a bucket of balls. They may not hit as many balls actually as an amateur, but they go through an entire warming up system. You know, I think of like when it's like you watch a sci-fi movie and someone gets in a fighter jet or like some type of spacecraft and they hit that button and like everything kind of like, well, that's your warm-up. That's everything that you need. And then when you're out on the fourth hole and the group in front of you is taking forever and you're standing like this and you're chatting with your friends and now you have to re-engage your brain. The steps that you follow, the pre-shot routine that you have to follow is so key.
Yeah.
So let's pretend, right? We'll take this club out of here. In fact, I'll have you hit this one. It's a 4-iron, right? The hardest club in your bag to hit.
Yes.
You're like, you
And
know
I
what?
hit it very good last week, and I don't know what happened after that.
Right, so let's do the 4-step routine. So you have a new club in your hand. All right, so that's you stopping conversation. That was pretty good. That was actually almost like a third one. Now that's it. That's the swing I want. Now don't try harder. Try the same. Trust the process. Feel the heaviness of the arms. Yeah, good ball. Good ball. What grade would you give yourself on that one?
I would say 7.
Yeah, I'm 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For me.
yeah, yeah.
I used to hate this thing.
Trust it. Get your body going. Get that big shoulder turn, arm swing going. Nice. Yep.
That's probably a 7.
Yep. Yep. Contact isn't great, right? So that's why you're giving yourself a 7 versus a 10. And so here's what I want you to do. And this is the part that's contrary for golf. In order to go from a 7 to a 10, I need you to try less.
Oh, yes.
Don't try harder, try less. So loosen your grip, loosen your hands, loosen your shoulders. Try less on this one.
Yeah, that's 9.
Right, now we got a 9. So we went from a 7.
That's the shot I was like,
That's beautiful. Nice little draw.
yeah.
So we went from a 7 to a 9 by trying less and effectively trusting more.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
this is one of the hardest clubs in the bag.
so yeah. I mean, nobody has a 4-iron in their bag really anymore. Yeah, try less again. See if you can just repeat.
Wow.
Yeah, you crushed that one. Nice.
What is that?
Yeah. So we're
It's what you call a rifle shot.
Yeah, rifle shaft. So we're capturing all this on video because when you go out on the course and you're kind of mishitting, struggling, or whatever, you need something to watch to get yourself back on track. So what we're doing essentially is we're just video documenting a process.
Yes.
We got a documentation of the process that we know works. We just saw it. So now if you trust the process, you trust instead of try. If you trust, you'll be far greater than if you just keep trying and trying and trying.
That's just a very relevant point because when I was hitting the 4-iron, when I hit it the first time like that, I said, I don't know what I did, but I'm going to keep doing it until it stops. And I didn't even think about it. All I thought was, one time, make sure the shoulders are back. You know, get a full turn. And whatever happens, happens. The 4-iron.
Yeah,
So-
and that's normal. But now we have a process to rediscover that.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to most golfers and the best golfers in the world just the same. We get on a rhythm and we strike it and we feel great about it. But what we know is when we wake up in the morning, we have a process to get us back on track. The average golfer just doesn't want to go to sleep because they don't know if they'll ever find it again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Awesome, great job.
Thank you very much.